Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be doing a demo and review of the new Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. I picked it up in the shade 95 Coconut, which I'm pretty sure is the deepest shade. And as far as color range, I think there are 12 colors of this foundation, and honestly only 2 of them are suitable for darker toned women. There's a shade, I believe it's 90, and it's called Caramel, but that would have been way too light for me, so I picked up the darkest shade. I got mine from Walmart. It was around $10, like most drugstore foundations, and there are 30 milliliters and 1 fluid ounce in this, and it just looks like one of those little travel size lotion bottles. And based off of reviews I've seen some mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. When I swatched it on my hand, it looked like a good color match color wise, and also it blended out on my hand very, very nicely. It says innovation, our first gel whipped foundation, so that's why it is like a thicker whipped consistency. It says fresh, new, and flawless. Dream Velvet whips a fresh gel into a velvet soft texture. Complexion is perfected and smooth with a soft matte finish just like velvet, and skin feels fresh with lasting hydration. So it claims to be hydrating. It doesn't claim to be long wear. There's no long wear claims on here, so but I'm still going to do a wear test to see how well it does by the end of the day. So I'm going to apply this to my face, and then I will check in later on in the day, probably at nighttime. I don't plan on getting back home until around very, very late tonight. So right now the time is, one second. The time right now is 10:10 in the morning, and so I'm going to apply this. I've already done my eyebrows. I used my Anastasia Dip Brow for the first time, and I really like this product. And so eyebrows are done. I'm going to first, my face has been moisturized. I use my simple moisturizer like always. I'm going to prime my face with my Rimmel London Stay Matte Primer. This is my second time using this, and I really like this primer. So this is going to go all over my face. I feel like my brows look so good with this dip brow. Like, I'm really feeling this. I don't know where I've been all these years. I think I was just scared to try it out, but it's really nice. I got a little situation going on right here. I don't know, but that's going on. And so yes, my face is primed. What I'm going to do is apply the foundation on this half of my face with a flat top brush, and then I'm going to apply it to this side of my face with my Real Technique sponge, just to see which one it applies with better, because I'm not sure what technique is best to use with this foundation. So that's what I'm going to do. So first I'm going to go in on this side with the brush. I'm going to put it onto the back of my hand. Actually, I think I want to dot it onto my face. So I'm going to dot it onto my face first and then spread it out. The color match looks pretty good. I really like the color of it, and it is a thicker, moussey consistency. It does not go anywhere. I'm going to go in and spray my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus, because I always do. Y'all know, y'all know. So here we go. This is applying pretty good with the brush. The coverage is ridiculous, okay? Yeah, I think I'm gonna like this foundation, to be so honest. The color is perfection. It's applying really nicely with the brush. I didn't know how it was going to apply with the brush, and that's why I'm going to do both techniques and see. But it's coming along pretty well. The coverage looks really good on this. I would say a medium to full coverage, and it's very buildable because of how thick and moussey this foundation is. So you could definitely build it to the coverage you want. I put quite a bit on, which is why it's probably more of a fuller coverage right now. But there. So this is the first side of the face, and now I'm going to go in and do the second side. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna dot it all over my face, and then I'm going to use the beauty sponge on this side. It's a very thick consistency, but it's not cakey at all. It does feel very smooth and velvety, so it's winning there. And I might be applying a bit much, but oh well. For the video's sake, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take my sponge. It's super damp. Y'all know I like my beauty blender damp. And now we are going to go in and blend this out. And it seems to be actually blending this side out nicely also. So I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter what you apply it with. As far as coverage, I think it's the same. Because I know I saw a review that said that you get a little bit more coverage with the beauty blender. But it's kind of just looking the same to me. So I don't know. This foundation is bomb. Now I'm just gonna go over my whole face with my blender so it's blended out and not all. So you can tell the difference between the two sides. As far as what mode of application to use, I think you could use whatever. Flat top, kabuki, buffing brush. I think it all applies the same. So this is the beauty blender side, and this is the brush side. I have a lot more going on as far as breakouts on this side. And as you can see, I mean, it doesn't help with the texture of my pimples or whatever, but you can't see any color. The coverage is ridiculous. And I'm really glad that this color matches me, because y'all, let me tell you about this L'Oreal Lumi True Match Cushion Foundation. I was doing a review and demo on that foundation. I got the darkest shade, and it was way too light. Like, y'all, I looked like a ghost. It was so bad. So that review did not work out. So far, I really like it. It's super lightweight, doesn't feel cakey, doesn't look cakey. It actually looks pretty skin-like, which is never a bad thing. And it blended out so well. Y'all see this? Hey, okay, Maybelline. So that is it all over my face. I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit. It feels really good. It doesn't feel... Oh, what is all that? Anyways, so it's settled into my skin for the most part, and I really like how it looks. You guys like how it looks? Y'all like how it looks? I like it. So yeah, so guys, I'm going to finish the rest of my face and I will be right back. Okay guys, so the rest of my face is done. I will have a list of all products I use down in the description box, and I will be back later in the day with my review of this foundation. I'll see you guys later. Okay guys, so I'm back. The time now, it's kind of late. It is 10:16. So it has been pretty much 12 hours with this foundation on and with my whole face on. I didn't touch my face, I didn't blot, I didn't set with powder again. I just let it be for the entire day. I've been out all day. I went to church in the morning, and by the way, in the morning, I went pretty fast because I was late to church, so I was literally running out the door. That's why I didn't say much before I left. But so that's where I went. I went to church, ran some errands, and I went to work. Then I went to eat with friends, and now I'm just coming back in. So I'm filming this as I'm just getting back in my house. And so this is what my face looks like with the foundation on. Obviously, you guys can see I got oily and greasy on my forehead. That's typical of any foundation I put on. That basically happens. The sides stay pretty matte for the most part, and I think it looks really good as far as that goes. If I were to blot, I would probably just do my forehead and a little bit on my nose. In the morning when I had put it on, I had set my entire face with my Airspun loose face powder, and that is all I did. It is pretty hydrating. It does not feel drying. It doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't feel layery or heavy at all. It feels very hydrating, very light. When you feel it, especially on the sides, it just feels like skin. It doesn't feel like I have foundation on. It doesn't feel like I could like scrape it off. Like, it feels like skin and nothing really comes off there. Now obviously I don't want to go across my forehead because that's a different situation. As far as the soft matte goes, it goes on very soft matte. Like, honestly, you guys saw my swatch video of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte glosses. If I were to compare this consistency to something, it's very moussey and velvety matte, just like these lip glosses, which I know is a weird comparison, but that is what the texture reminds me of. As far as application preference, I think I liked applying it with the brush better, just because it is kind of thicker and moussier and it doesn't move around when you do it. Like, I typically like using my blender if I'm using a more runnier foundation like the Fit Me foundation, but with this I think a brush applied it really well. With the beauty blender, if you would apply it with the beauty blender, I would suggest to not have it super damp, because you guys know I like mine really damp. I would make it just a little bit damp and squeeze out as much of the water as you possibly could if you want to apply it with that. But yeah, those are my final thoughts on this foundation. I think it's a really good foundation. If you can find your shade, I would definitely get this. So yeah, that is my review, demo, try on, last wear test of the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. That is it for this video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more foundation demo review videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.